stopped watching wrestling as of today. Triple H's booking has just been god awful. It's bad. It's unwatchable. I'm tired of the Vision being the Vision. There's no the Masked Man. The Masked Man. Oh! Who the fuck cares? Who the fuck? Carmelo Hayes? Really? Really? You gonna make him lose like that? Come on, man! Get your ass away. I'm done with wrestling videos. I'm done. This channel is over. If you think you're a fool, man, it's April Fool's, man. Did I get you? No, maybe, no. But I wasn't lying about the first parts. That shit's trash. So let's go over some interesting facts about the WWE. Coming from my boy out, Tap Out Corner. Let's go.
WWE always has the good guys on the left side of the ring during tag team matches. The reason is so viewers can see the emotions on the wrestlers' faces. Psychologically, people can better connect with someone when they can see their expressions.
That makes more sense.
Did you know when a WWE wrestler wins Money in the Bank, they have to carry the briefcase with them everywhere they go, even when they aren't at shows? The reason for this is so that the wrestler can have the briefcase with them when they do media appearances.
That makes sense, because why would you have a busted ass Money in the Bank briefcase? I mean, that's kind of cool though. Like, imagine having the briefcase taking a picture with the one that Cena hit the Big Show with. That would be pretty awesome. But you know, I can't imagine like a busted up Theory Money in the Bank briefcase. You gotta have it nice and pristine, you know?
When CM Punk won the Money in the Bank, he actually started carrying his gear in the briefcase. Did you know there's actually 2 to 3 versions of every championship
Money in the Bank, man, just smell that.
Each belt is only used on TV. It's purposely only used at televised events to prevent it from getting worn out and looking bad. There's also...
And probably because motherfuckers probably be losing it too, man. And also, you know the leaks.
Paycheck.
Ew, man. Ew.
the second version of every WWE title belt that the champion carries with them wherever they go. Wrestlers will use this belt at autograph signings, media appearances, and even non-televised shows. For some championships, they also have a third version that's kept at WWE's headquarters in Sanford, Connecticut. This one is used for photo shoots and media. Another reason WWE always has two versions of every belt is so that if one gets lost, they will always have a backup.
There you go.
Did you know? During a match between Big John Studd and Andre the Giant, Andre fell asleep. Big John Studd locked Andre in a front face lock and held it for about 8.5 minutes as he tried to wake his opponent. Apparently, Andre had sometimes fall asleep during matches due to a combination of drinking and travel fatigue.
Man.
Did you know? In Chris Jericho's first ever wrestling match, his name was spelled wrong. The company he was working for forgot to include the H in Jericho. Also, Y2J was originally a cowboy from Casper, Wyoming.
Whoa, you're telling me Y2J was a Southern boy, a hick boy, a bitch-made boy?
Jericho hated the character and abandoned it soon after his first match.
I want to be the cowboy.
Did you know? The Shield was originally going to be Daniel Bryan, Big Show, and CM Punk. WWE wanted to give CM Punk some henchmen to protect him, since Punk was supposed to be a cowardly bad guy. Punk didn't like the idea and suggested they use guys who had never been seen by the fans before. It ultimately turned into the Shield we all know, and in the storyline, the Shield is being paid
that makes sense why Punk and Roman really hate each other, because Punk didn't want Roman and Dean Ambrose, all these bums. Nobody knows.
Razor Ramon refused to sign an autograph for a kid with cancer. Here's the full explanation.
Whoa, wait, hold on. Full explanation. Come on.
But these guys came to me with a camera crew and stuff. And the little kid was not present. I just don't want to be a part of this whole thing. Like, no thank you. Yeah, and I didn't feel good. My defibrillator had fired earlier that day.
Did you know? The Undertaker hates cucumbers. It's hard to believe, considering his nickname is the Dead Man, but Undertaker simply can't stand them. One time, while at a restaurant, The Undertaker threw up because there was a cucumber in his drink. The Phenom's fellow wrestlers would also play pranks on him by putting cucumbers in his boots and hat. The strange part is that no one really seems to know why The Undertaker hates cucumbers so much.
I realized that because he'd be talking about that in his podcast. I'm like, is this like a joke? Is this like a joke that I don't get? And like, he still doesn't explain why he hates cucumbers. So it might just be like a joke that he's playing on, but like, it doesn't make sense. Why? He said that in a podcast, and shoot me if I'm wrong, that some guy tried to like get a cucumber to get signed by the Undertaker, like, and he refused. Like, I don't know, man. Like, what does anyone know? Leave it down in the comments.
According to The Undertaker's manager, Paul Bearer, Undertaker's mother made him eat cucumbers when he was a kid, when The Undertaker didn't want to.
Oh.
Cucumber. Yeah, I eat cucumbers.
Me too.
Did you know Jeff Hardy had his very first WWE match in 1994 against Razor Ramon? However, Hardy hated the match so much, he didn't want to wrestle anymore after it was over. 2 days later, Hardy had another match, this time with the 1-2-3 Kid, or X-Pac. He felt much better after that, and decided to keep on wrestling. Jeff Hardy eventually got signed by WWE and became a decorated champion.
Man, could you imagine if Jeff Hardy quit after wrestling Razor Ramon? That is crazy. And it probably was, because Razor Ramon was probably a little stiff and like was one of those types of veterans, like, oh, let me show the new guy how to run the ropes. And X-Pac is, he wasn't a veteran, like he wasn't like crazy, he's respected like Razor Ramon was, and he was probably more willing to help Jeff Hardy in that case. And thankfully, because who knows, we never had the charismatic Enigma in the WWE. Imagine that. I can't imagine a world without my boy Jeff.
Did you know? During her training at the WWE Performance Center, Sasha Banks came up with her boss character. The character is inspired by her cousin, Snoop Dogg. However, when she started using it, all the trainers and coaches hated it, except for one. Dusty Rhodes loved the boss character and told Sasha to keep using it. If Dusty hadn't been so positive, imagine where Sasha Banks' career would have gone. Did you know? It's really hard to earn Brock Lesnar's respect. Seth Rollins has wrestled Lesnar multiple times, but it took years before the Good God was respected by the Beast incarnate. After the WrestleMania 35 match, Seth brought a pack of beer to Brock Lesnar's locker room. The two drank together and were able to connect on a personal level.
That's pretty fire, I ain't gonna lie. Taking the beer, Brock Lesnar, that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope, you know what I'm saying? Chopping it up, drinking some Jack, sipping, finishing the bottle, what? Going down, what? Burning my throat, what? Having a beer with the good old Beast incarnate.
To Rollins, this is the moment that earned Brock Lesnar's respect. Did you know? Shortly after the Shield debuted in 2012, they attacked Randy Orton after the Viper had a match. There was no rehearsal, so Orton was caught by surprise and became legitimately angry. He thought the Shield was trying to hurt him for real and vented his frustration backstage, and was specifically mad at Dean Ambrose. After Orton had walked away, Triple H then told the Shield not to worry about it. Did you know? Before joining...
That's crazy, man. And Randy has a history. Remember Mr. Kennedy? Man, he got fired. He got fired because he was a little too uncareful in his match. It was Nuggets versus Lakers. Remember that? Remember they all had the jerseys? There's a whole backstory behind that in itself. But he did a backdrop and it was too stiff on his back, and it makes sense. I mean, the guy has a bad back. And yeah, damn, specifically Dean Ambrose. I mean, he's the one that still is not back in the WWE.
In WWE, Alundra Blaze, or Medusa, was homeless and living on the streets. She also owed the IRS $80,000. However, Vince McMahon got in touch with Alundra and offered her a WWE contract. McMahon also asked her if there was anything else he could do for her. The future WWE Hall of Famer mentioned her debt, and the next day, Vince McMahon sent her a check for $80,000.
People want to talk shit about Vince McMahon, how he's an asshole. Yes, I know, he's an asshole, but he's a good asshole. And I don't mean that to defend him in his recent case, but I mean, the guy paid off someone's debt. Now, we don't know the full story of, like, was there anything else that she had to do to get out of that debt? I don't know. That's closed doors. I don't know, but the fact that he did this is good. Not everyone could get you off of debt like that and get you a full-time job. But Vince did that, so that's a W. Oh, sorry, shoot me.
The sad part is, about 2 years later, Alundra Blaze would join WWE's competitor,
See, this is why you can't do good things.
In the trash on
You can't do good things.
Did you know?
Because then people stab you in the back and go somewhere else and like shove everything, all that relationship you had with that person, down the trash. Literally, she did that, bro. Made no sense.
In 2003, Bobby Lashley was in a bank when a robbery broke out. Unfortunately, a bullet grazed Lashley and his knee was injured. Bobby Lashley was in the middle of training for the Olympics when this happened, but his dreams of competing were shattered after the injury. While recovering,
the fact that he could still wrestle on a professional level is crazy in itself.
WWE reached out and offered Bobby an opportunity to wrestle for them. Bobby Lashley took them up on their offer, and 18 years later, he became a WWE champion.
That's fire, bro.
Did you know, every time she wrestles, Lacey Evans always has a letter from a fan in one of her boots. These letters are usually very inspiring stories, like a fan who is motivated by Lacey Evans to fight drug addiction. Evans keeps letters like these to help remind herself of the impact she can have on someone's life. Did you know, when the New Day first started, they were supposed to be good guys. The fans weren't into the group, and Xavier Woods thought they should become villains. He pitched the idea to Vince McMahon, who was skeptical and didn't think it would work. Woods then said if he could get the fans to hate them in 4 weeks, McMahon could fire him. Vince McMahon agreed to the deal, and thankfully, Xavier Woods was successful, and the New Day became the most hated group on the WWE roster.
Wow, that's fire.
Did you know, since returning to WWE in 2018, Bobby Lashley has not made any appearances on SmackDown. The closest Lashley ever got to being on the show was in 2019, when SmackDown aired a video the Almighty posted on his Twitter account. The last time Bobby Lashley physically appeared on SmackDown was in 2007. Did you know, in 2011, Mark Henry was told to go out to the ring and wrestle a match against Sin Cara. However, Sin Cara never came out, and the entire thing was a prank pulled on Mark Henry. Henry felt disrespected and became so mad that he was going to quit WWE. Vince McMahon later apologized, but thought that the anger Mark Henry experienced would make for a great character. This then created the Hall of Pain storyline that eventually led to Henry becoming World Heavyweight Champion. Did you know, Boogeyman wasn't going to eat worms? Martin Wright, the man who played the Boogeyman character, wanted to eat bugs like cockroaches, maggots, crickets, and more. However, the arenas WWE hosted their shows at were afraid that the bugs would get loose and cause an infestation. They decided just to have the Boogeyman eat worms, since WWE could control that.
That's still crazy, man.
Did you know, even though John Cena is his real name, WWE still owns it. This means when John Cena is credited in a movie, WWE gets a cut of the profits. The reason why WWE can do this is because they own the intellectual property right on the name John Cena. When asked in 2006 if this bothers him, John Cena said,
"Absolutely not. Before this, I was a kid in a small Massachusetts town mowing lawns for a golf course. I don't mind kicking a percentage of my earnings to the person who gave me a chance and an opportunity."
Did you know, Jinder Mahal won the WWE Championship in 2017. His home province of Alberta, Canada was so excited that they acknowledged Mahal's victory during the government's legislative assembly and even mentioned the "Don't Hinder Jinder" meme.
Second one, don't hinder Jinder. Sorry, this document from the Calgary Herald. Don't hinder Jinder Mahal.
Did you know, not a single person has ever kicked out of Baron Corbin's finisher, End of Days. When asked if Corbin would rather win the WWE Championship or never have anyone kick out of his finisher, Baron Corbin said this.
Let's say I have a 12-year career and no one's ever kicked out of End of Days. Like, that's something that would be talked about longer than championships, I believe. So I think I'd have to go with no one ever kicking out of End of Days.
Did you know, in 2006, Triple H and Shawn Michaels were part of a backstage segment where they made fun of John Laurinaitis.
Direct from John Laurinaitis. That's right, and you guys are in direct violation.
Fans wouldn't see John Laurinaitis or hear him talk until 2011, meaning they wouldn't have gotten this joke until 5 years after DX made it. Did you know, Bray Wyatt had a character that we never got to see. In 2011, after spending about a year on the main roster as Husky Harris, Wyatt was sent back to WWE's development system,
mocked, or not mocked, what was the word?
Stupid!
EW. He began creating a new persona and came up with a character named Axel Mulligan. Wyatt wore a mask inspired by the heavy metal band Slipknot, and Mulligan was a reference to Bray's grandfather, Blackjack Mulligan. Axel Mulligan's finisher was also a stunner, but he only wrestled 2 matches as this character, both of which were not televised. Wyatt would eventually become Bray Wyatt, but 8 years later, he created a new masked persona called The Fiend. Did you know, before they were signed by WWE, Jeff and Matt Hardy would be paid $150 per match. However, the Italian Stallion, the man who trained Jeff and Matt, took $100 as a booking fee. This left the Hardys with only $50 after every match. On top of that, Jeff and Matt also had to pay for their own travel expenses. There was also an incident where the Italian Stallion abandoned the Hardys and left them stranded when they were supposed to travel to a show. After that, the Hardys told WWE to call them directly if they ever wanted to use either Jeff or Matt. Not only did WWE do that, but they eventually offered the brothers full-time contracts, and the Hardys didn't have to give the Stallion a single penny. Did you know, back when Randy Orton was a teenager, he was a fan of Goldberg. The Viper was such a big fan that when he turned 18, he wanted to get Goldberg's iconic tattoo on his arm. The tattoo artist told the young Orton that it wasn't a good idea to copy another person's tattoo. Ultimately, Randy Orton got a similar tattoo to Goldberg's that still looked different enough. As he got more popular, Randy Orton added more tattoos to make sure nobody thought he was wearing Goldberg's tattoo.
Alright guys, that is it. That is the video. What y'all think? Did y'all learn something? I know this was clickbait as fuck, but I thought it would be fun to do a reaction video for April Fools. And yeah, that was some pretty interesting facts, especially when Punk didn't want John, Roman, and Seth a part of it and wanted Daniel Bryan, Big Show, and who else? Ryback? I'm pretty sure. That would have been a weird group because they already had characters then, and it fit more for guys that were unheard of, not seen, to play that role. Because if that group would have failed, that means they would have to work their way back up to people forgetting that. Kind of like Dolph Ziggler with the Spirit Squad and Tenzai with Albert. Right? And it makes sense why Punk and Roman didn't like each other back in the day and still probably don't like each other now. And it's going to build up their feud. And that's probably the most exciting match WrestleMania today, in today's time. Yeah, because Randy and Cody are kind of like fizzling down this past episode of SmackDown. Come on, Jelly Roll. Why is Jelly Roll involved? I love him. He comes out to Toby Keith. I can't hate the man, but why is he involved? But that's it, y'all. See you later. Deuces. Who's it? Ho!